everyone.
Hi.
Hi, everyone. Sorry, we did a false
Talking
start.
for a second, maybe
Yeah.
or two.
A couple minutes. I hit the record rather than the stream button. Very.
Classic.
Yeah, very, very. Yeah. My bad, everyone.
Okay.
So, Sweetness, how you doing? Played by Blake.
Sweetness is doing, I think very well. Tired of being on this island. Eager to get back to the ship. Wanting especially to, be able to patch up some of, his very injured crewmates, such as the captain who was badly burned. But yeah, other than that, hoping to make quick work of this here an enemy-riddled dungeon, and be back on our way. Find the rest of the star.
Very good, very good. Yes, the captain we were mentioning had a bit of a hot time last session. Pulled.
He's feeling 200 years younger. Looks great.
I thought you were supposed to get less wrinkles while you were younger.
Yeah.
No, I think everything's real tight now, no hair, everything's real tight.
Right.
That's one way to get rid of your gray hair.
Glow of he's got that nice glow of youth.
Right. That red hot glow.
That nice glow of having no skin left.
Yeah, it's embers, that glow.
His good berries grew some back. I mean, he's like...
It's true. Luckily, it wasn't some permanent major injury style damage. We have to say that.
And that's what we have our surgeon for after.
It is true. He would have been a handy case, but he'll have an affection to take care of from Kylum at some point in the future.
Hey.
How is Kylum doing?
Yeah. Definitely agree that it's been a bit of a trip. More recently, I'm kind of curious about this cave and what is going on here with the anemones and the magical darkness, and then this NPC, the half-elf person. Definitely trying to figure out what's up.
Yes, this half-elf through an urchin's spine. I believe able to find a weak point in Kylum's armor near the end of last session, and you chased him off into these tunnels that are on the sea's edge by some tide pools, but are filled, as you mentioned, with these tendrilo creatures. Sort of like an amphibious anemone, but of course much larger. Something you wouldn't want to be caught by. Of which Kylum is currently ensnared as we start off. Veridus, played by Chad. How's your evening?
Hello, yes. Chad, I'll be playing as always. Uranus, Golden Dragon. And now with friend, I'm doing well.
Good.
Took a little trip home to Texas, where somehow here and sunny, so okay. Ready to rock.
Chad, is anybody else getting Chad cutting?
Yeah, you're
out
cutting
a little bit?
out, Chad.
Yeah, we're all getting that. You gotta
getting...
stay closer to the microphone, or lower your gate.
All right, give me 1 second.
Sure. Meanwhile, everyone can select their token and roll some initiative here.
Initiative?
Yes.
Crushing it.
Oh, and we also forgot Bungo. He missed last week because, in the game, he was slightly taken over by his resident apparition, the spirit that resides inside his form, Magnus Barrelblock, was a little bit giddy for treasure, and you actually found the next piece in the mystery of discovering the treasure of Crimson Cape.
Yes, I was looking. First of all, how dare you? Scarlet Kate.
Scarlet
is her
Kate.
name. Unbelievable. Second of all, yeah, I was looking through the log and I was like, ooh. I dove into some sort of Magnus takes me over and I go into some kind of pit and I found a map with a classical like pirate style semi-mysterious like stand on a cliff and look at a tree west from this point kind of direction, and I'm very excited to go explore that at the next opportunity.
Absolutely.
I am curious if you can enlighten me as to, in this particular scenario, I'm like way back on this beach here. Am I just like taking the rear guard?
Well, you were on the rear guard. You can say you're up with the others if you'd like to be. You could have been. So in this like tide pool area, there are bunches of small cages or little pens made out of driftwood and stuff. That have been collecting various sea creatures, like sea sponges and crawfish, right? Little sea urchins, all sorts of things.
Nice little gumbo.
Yeah, exactly. So, Omarin have figured out, oh, maybe we can use some of these things to distract or tempt the Tendrilo, into letting them pass. So the group has like fed a couple of those to the Tendrilo to get them past, and it's worked so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Where there was something else that's supposed to be here, and it's not.
Do I see better?
Yeah, you still
Maybe?
cut out a little bit there. Descending. Here we go. Oh, all right. So our all right. So, Kylum, you are currently in your your heavy armor, right, fully covered from head to toe. But this Tendrilo behind you, its little appendages start to just emerge from the tiny holes in the rock. So it sort of like almost starts growing. Oh, Mark isn't here to hear this. So we'll see what happens later. And Varanus, this shroud of darkness has just appeared before you, but it's different from any sort of darkness spell you've seen before. It's almost like something was almost erasing the light in this area slowly, and eventually it just dimmed into complete darkness.
Oh, Chad, your voice is moving, but now we can't hear anything. Or your lips are moving. Oh, 1 second. We got the finger.
Is this Dungeons and Charades?
Yeah.
I think I heard something that time.
Oh.
Can you hear me again?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. I heard Zach's eraser. Am I cutting out?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
are.
Basically, I was just trying to give flavor to how this darkness fell. It's almost like it wasn't just poof and nothing. It was almost
Right.
like it dimmed, as if something were like covering or stealing all the light from the area.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. But did hear that. That is alarming.
I think Varanus sounds alarmed.
Yeah.
That's true.
Okay, okay.
I think the last I had left off.
I think you had taken a dodge action, maybe?
Yes, the last thing I had done was rush up and dodge.
Right. After this, yeah, after this darkness went up. So it's still here.
I see.
And I guess, Kylum is probably. You do hear cries of alarm by this point coming from Kylum. But it's sort of indistinct and yeah.
Gotcha. Well, is it officially my turn here?
Yes.
Okay. Can I can't see, obviously. I can hear that Kylum is in trouble. Could I, since this is a darkness unlike any that I've seen before,
Right.
I wonder if I could try to use my arcane, or I tell you what, it looks like you said something's erasing it. I wonder. I'm debating maybe trying a gust of wind cantrip to see if I could somehow move it. I don't know if it doesn't sound like it was particularly concentrated or cloud-like per se, but kind of want to figure out how I might be able to counteract this here.
All right. So, yeah, you can use the gust cantrip, and along with that, why don't you make me a perception check
Okay.
to see how, look at how this thing is being affected.
That's great. By the way, is this any better with my sound?
Yeah, it seems more reliable.
So 5.
Yeah, so you send, this gust of air forward. Maybe you maneuver it around a little bit, shoot it at different angles, but nothing seems to happen. The darkness still lies thick before you.
I tell you what. How about if I move? I just like try to blow it away, and then I furrow my scaled brows, and I just look back at Omarin and everyone, and I'm just like, I can't get through it. We'll see through it. But here goes nothing. And I'll just move a little bit into it.
All right, so you step forward, and immediately as you're stepping into this area of darkness, it feels almost like you're stepping into thick cobwebs. But these cobwebs are, absorbing the light itself. And they have, so maybe they have a physical, tangible form. I mean, something's touching your skin, but at the same time, it is almost like a blanket of darkness.
And then if I glance back behind me, does it completely envelop me? Like I can't even see my party where I just came from?
You can still see them at this point, but they're getting a little dim.
All right, so I think once I glance back, I realize this. Even though technically I'm not doing the dodge action anymore since I used it to cast the gust cantrip, I'm just gonna face deeper into the darkness with my driftwood shield in front of me and brace myself to if anything were to come our way.
Sure. All right. Doctor, Sweetness. Varanus has taken a tentative step forward into the tangible darkness.
Can I see Varanus at all?
Yes.
Or does he...
Again, he
like
seems...
his tail
It's
is
almost
sticking
as
out?
if, like... Yeah, it's almost as if, again, someone's taken a minuscule eraser and, like, have started erasing out, darkening his form into blackness.
Interesting. So as I get... I have my torch, right? As I get
Yes.
closer, if I wave my torch into it, does it snuff the torch out? Does it...
Where do you wave the torch?
So I'm just, I think I'm picturing Varanus, sort of, and then striding, being like, all right, here goes. And Sweetness being like, wait, and sort of like tentatively being like, Kylam, we're coming. And then maybe holding the torch out in front of him and also approaching the darkness, and I'll draw one of my...
All right.
my short sword.
So as you're approaching, cautiously with your torch, it's out ahead of you, and you suddenly see, like, almost the fire begin to leap out into the open air, and suddenly the whole
Oh God. Hopefully you're
Varanus's
resistant.
whole square is blazing.
I am, thankfully.
Blazing with fire.
Ugh.
I say, Amarin, cover your eyes. You shouldn't have to see this twice.
Total emotionally triggering here.
A conflagration. So does it does it burn the stuff away?
Yes, it begins to start burning the webbing in that square away.
It doesn't keep sort of moving out.
No, yeah, it's strange. The fire, only expands so much.
Could I, as soon as I see that happening, grab Varanus and try to pull him away as it starts to catch? As my action.
Sure. Yeah. If you want to pull him out as your action, that's fine.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right. Varanus, you can move your.
Do I need to make a roll for that, or is
No.
he willing?
Unless he's resisting.
Yeah.
This feels appropriate.
Yeah, I yank you backwards, and I.
All right.
So, and is it almost just like in a 5-foot column in front of us? It's just.
Not even a 5-foot column, but a column like all the way. I guess, the tunnel is only around 7 feet tall. So pretty much, but the whole tunnel, right? Like a column of flame just engulfing that whole little region of the tunnel.
I look over to Varanus and like, that was close.
And you.
Huh?
Yeah. Well, you watch the flames. The flames look like they'll continue sort of eating away that portion until the end of the round or so. For another few
Looks
seconds.
like you figured out a way through. Well done.
I kind of nod, and I'm like, could I wave the torch across the other areas, so that it that it lights those on fire, or no?
I'll
It's
say.
okay.
Well, so the thing is, you'd have to pass through, right, the fiery section to clear any further.
The other exposed areas of the tunnel.
Oh, for sure. You can definitely clear out the whole. So I moved the area of darkness back to.
Okay, all right, I got you. Yeah, so that's all I would want to do. And I'll shout to Varanus. Hold fast. Not to Varanus. To Kylam. Hang tight. That's probably in a hold fast. I think we found a way through.
All right. Well, from the other side.
It starts to get hot.
We'll
move.
see. Well, we'll see what happens later. But you've got no response still. All right, Bungo, you've been hanging outside. You see a sudden flare of light down further in these tunnels from Sweetness lighting up the darkness. You do remember you had seen another entrance to the sea tunnels further to the south.
Ah, yes. Have these guys been satiated with food? Is that why they're not attacking?
They were
For the
earlier.
moment.
I don't.
Okay, sure. Interesting. If I were to, this is kind of a silly idea, but I want to float it by you. So, if I grabbed like a bunch of this food that these things like to eat, could I like stuff a bunch of like shrimp and stuff on like the end of one of my crossbow bolts to make like ranged food thrower?
Let's see. Yes, but because it's only hand crossbows,
Yeah.
right? It doesn't quite have the yeet that bigger
Yeah, sure.
crossbows do.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say
Very
the
technical term, the yeet
the-
force.
the attack rolls will have disadvantage.
I think that's totally reasonable.
Someone needs to come up with a shrimp skewer ammunition bolt.
Just picturing like a sea urchin, just like on the end of each one, like embedded on the arrowhead.
You're like, these ones are grilled, these ones are charbroiled, these.
And then I also just like grab a handful and just like stuff them in my pocket, like that's going in a stew later.
Sure.
Do you think I should? Do you want me to take an action to like craft a few of these things?
No, I'll say, because maybe that's what you were doing before. You were like,
Sure.
collecting a couple of these. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I will start making my way down the beach then. 25. All right, so my stubby little legs can carry me down to here on a sprint, which I don't think gives me line of sight on anything happening in the cave yet. But I will basically just start running my way down.
All right, so yeah, Bungo starts, shoving these sea creatures, squirming.
Yeah, just grabbing handfuls as I'm running down the beach, stuffing a few in my pockets as I get my new seafood bolts ready, and I'm just like, God, I hope these things work.
Yeah.
Sounds like
right.
the next like really terrible dish at like an Applebee's. Seafood bolts. You can get one fired to your table.
Perfect.
Oh boy.
What's this?
Sweetness.
Oh boy.
A massive curtain of webbing, of webbing,
Curtain.
comes out of the darkness, and seems to ensnare you, or does ensnare you.
Oh, I don't like that.
And pulls you through the flames into the darkness.
No! Through the flames.
Who's this guy? Who's in here?
But of
You
course. Go
you
ahead.
feel you feel something very large, hairy, starting to fondle you on different sides. You are.
I'm yelling. I'm screaming. I'm like, it's a giant spider!
Oh boy.
And you can feel its saliva venom start to drip on you. However, for all of you outside the darkness, all you can hear is Sweetness's screams as he is pulled and engulfed.
Sweetest,
What?
no!
The torch is also Sweetness. Actually, Sweetness, make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh,
See if you
God, I
hang
might
on to that
incinerate
torch.
us all, right? If I drag the thing. All right, make sure I'm on normal.
Ah,
Yeah, so you dropped the torch with the suddenness of this.
That's probably for the best, I honestly think.
So
Mm.
put a little torchlight there next to you, Veritas. Hopefully.
Yeah, if I had held on to it, I might just be, incinerating
obliterated.
myself.
All right, save. All right, so hopefully torch should be controllable by people if they want to pick it up.
Are we getting Mark? Is Mark coming back?
I don't know.
The screens went a little wonky when he left. Zach.
Yeah.
Yeah, he put a message in chat saying that he thought he was good to play, but something happened. Maybe his computer screwed up. He just moved, so his internet might be like, loopy or something.
Gotcha.
Right. Well, let me switch to this other screen for now. But I will have to rearrange cameras again. Meanwhile, Kylam still trapped here. So,
oh boy.
Oh, Marin.
Come on, Cap.
What does the captain do?
So, these guys, do I think that they would sort of like that they would follow us, or are they relatively fixed?
You got a pretty good.
Do they look like they move?
You got a pretty good roll before. They can move, but they are unlikely to pursue.
Okay. So we either got to go back or forwards in poor Sweetness. So Omarin is going to sort of, and this guy and this guy attacked us, right?
Just the orange one to the right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I think that these are likely to?
The purple ones, from the check you made last time, they seem to be a less aggressive variety.
Okay.
Omarin's going to step back a little bit and say, Sweetness! I'd rather get eaten by a spider or toasted alive.
I would prefer neither.
All right. Omarin he's just angry about the whole thing, everything that's been going on, and he is going to drop himself a flaming sphere.
Oh, yay.
And then just fucking roll it through here. Just keep rolling. Hopefully not
Attaboy.
anything, but mostly just roll it through all the fire.
How much damage, by the way, Zach, did I need to take for the flames?
You don't, actually. So the flames only deal damage if you ended your turn in them.
Oh, I see.
So...
Singes my whiskers.
Or start your turn in them. But you didn't.
Ooh.
Okay.
And pulling me out of there was a big move.
So, so you clear out. You just send the ball down the hall. Is that what's getting on here? All right. You send the ball down the hall and roll a d4 or roll a d2.
A d2.
On a 1, it's bad. On a 2, it could be good.
Could be good.
All right. So the spider needs to make a reflex or dexterity saving throw against the flaming sphere coming in. And it fails, so roll flaming sphere damage.
With a natty 1.
We can take the 6 from forwards. I mean, that was the base roll, Zach. I don't care. It's average.
Oh, sure. All right. Sure. All right, so Well, it doesn't. No, it reels back, right? Sweetness now in the the light of the sphere is. Let me see. Token emits light. I forget the ranges, but I'll just put 10 feet for each and call it a day. Yes, so the sphere crashes into the spider's legs and it reels up, and now Sweetness, you can see it in its fullness here. It is a giant black spider. It blends in almost perfectly with the darkness around it. And it is, got tons and like a very, very hairy tarantula type.
Okay.
And you can see, yeah, from its spinner, these strands of black are coming, right? And they seem to be spreading out, and that's what creates this darkness that you're sort of enmeshed in.
Okay. Am I wrapped in webs? Right.
Yes, you are wrapped. Yeah, you are wrapped in its webs. The dark webs don't actually. So I'll just print it now, since you've interacted it with enough. So basically, they just sort of act as the darkness spell, but can also catch on fire. That should be fire damage rather than radiant damage. But,
So
yeah.
what is the? Is there just like now basically a wall of fire through this stuff?
Yep.
Okay. Am I about to be on fire?
If you end your turn adjacent to the flaming sphere, you take damage.
Okay. Wow. We have to do some rolling around.
Yep. Well, hopefully during the course of your turn, you can get out and maybe prevent
Right,
that.
that's true. You won't be able to roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
right.
great use of that spell, nonetheless.
Exactly. So yeah. So Varanus, Omarin, you guys, see the entire corridor, blaze to life, with light burning away all these strands. It's almost like the air itself is like catching fire in just like these streaks of light. And you now see, amidst the shrouded darkness, the legs and sometimes the body of this gigantic spider. All right, so whatever's happening beyond the darkness is happening beyond the darkness. And it is Varanus'
All right.
turn
well,
again.
You see Varanus, he lets out a roar, and his bond to Sweetness, someone who once saved his life in a moment of peril, he rushes. Is this light here from the wall of flame? Does it illuminate into the darkness such that I
No.
can see?
So the firelight, although it's burning, it's going to burn until one round later after it was set on fire.
Yeah.
But the light is instantly sort of swallowed up in the adjacent spaces. So wherever the webbing hasn't been set on fire, it becomes instantly dark. It creates a very weird effect. It's like the fire is almost burning in just complete black space.
Well, I think I'll just, even with the lack of visibility, I'll do a couple things. Before I rush in, I will use my bonus action to use the spell that I've used my spirit points from my tome to learn via the spell storing ancestral upgrade. What this spell will do is allow me to imbue my weapon, which I would draw my shark tooth longsword,
Mm-hmm.
which I'll be wielding along with my shield, and I will imbue it with this thunderous kind of energy, and then as best as I can, I don't know, maybe using the sound or whatever, I will try to rush toward where I think this spider is. Sweetness had yelled out and alerted us to it, and try to attack it, but I don't know how
Sure.
well I can actually see it.
Yeah, you're still gonna have disadvantage because the light
Okay.
doesn't fully illuminate it. But you
Yep.
definitely, yeah, you're able to attack it.
All
The
right.
problem is you won't be able to attack it and end your turn. You're gonna have to push past it if you don't want to end your turn adjacent to the flaming sphere. So if you'd like to make an athletics check,
Yeah. Would I still be able to attack?
yes.
Okay. Let me make the athletics check and see how that shakes out. Not the best.
All right. So yeah, so you're gonna end up, basically
Yeah.
next to the spider here.
Next to the thing. Well, I still will go for an attack with the disadvantage here, and maybe I'll be lucky. My best, my lowest roll was a 14.
Ah, that is a hit, right? Your toothed longsword scratches through its carapace.
All right. So with the extra thunder damage from my weapon, you're looking at 9 slashing damage and 7 thunder damage there.
Excellent. Wow.
And it will have to make a strength saving throw or be pushed, which I'm hoping would. And in fact, could I use a story point to mess up his saving throw?
Yeah, sure. How?
That way Blake could start his turn free if I can push this thing.
Yeah. Well, he's still going to be entangled no matter what. He's basically just caught in webbing. But yeah, he wouldn't be
get
adjacent.
him away from the fire anyway.
All right, strength saving throw, and with disadvantage.
Yeah, I just imagine the thunder, like I slice it, and this as if a huge wind just.
Very
that
good.
Will make it fail.
Yeah. So you rush forward. This thunder echoes through the cavern. Instantly, all the little tendrilo anemones like suck in because they're not used to such a cacophony. And the spider goes, flying back, thunking hard
Sweet.
against the cavern wall, although you still can't see it. It is entirely, in the dark of its webs.
Cool. And that will do it for me.
All right. Now you could continue to move, I suppose, not to be next to the sphere.
That would be good. Yeah. Now could I?
Yeah, you could basically shuffle in there a little bit.
Or maybe, I don't know, even here, since I was here, right?
Yeah. Well, that's where the spider is now.
Okay. It's kind of hard to see. I think there.
Yeah. I take out the dynamic lighting.
All right. Perfect.
All right. Hopefully that's a little better.
Yeah. Now I got it. Yep. I can see the silhouette of the spider and everything.
Cool. Alrighty. No, that's not the silhouette of the spider. That is the spider.
That is the spider. Yes.
Sweetness. Tangled up in a web. You need to make a dexterity saving throw. Or no, sorry, that's sorry. If you end a turn. Never mind. Just go ahead.
No, okay, just okay. So am I prone? Am I standing?
You
Am
are.
I-
Yes, you are prone. You are
Oh.
restrained. Meaning,
Can
yeah,
I just recognizing the danger of the fire, roll like over here,
yeah.
or to I guess that's adjacent. So I want to roll away from the flames, just into the through the darkness.
Sure, sure. Well, no, sorry, you can't actually because you are grappled, restrained, and prone. You have no modes of movement because you're basically so tied up. The webs are sticky. You're not able to.
You're grappled, restrained, prone, confused, paralyzed, poisoned.
Yeah, it's blinded. Because it's
Oh,
dark.
sorry. You have a couple levels of exhaustion as well.
Anyway, what do you want to do?
Now I would say, you do see in the chaotic struggle that some of the webs on you are starting to burn away, while you're next to the flaming
Sounds fun
sphere.
to wait for that. Yeah, I think. What are my options here?
You could you could ready an action to
Can
see.
you try to break out of the web?
He could, yeah.
and
You can
then
use your
move?
action just to try to break out. DC 12,
Okay,
athletics.
I'll try that. I mean,
Because then if you
Yeah.
get free, you can just move.
Sorry, DC 12 strength
Yeah.
check. Yeah, so just a straight up strength check.
my strength is not really great.
You got
Oh,
story
boy.
points.
I was gonna say, I think, screw it. I'm gonna use one. So I'm gonna do this with advantage.
That's what they're there for.
Good thing too.
There, huh?
Okay, so I will then. So in the darkness, I can the fire is not casting light or much
Correct.
of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically,
do we know where?
so Kyle, or you can sort of feel around you. There's a tunnel that sort of leads to your southeast, and a tunnel that leads to your west. The tunnel that leads to the west is where the spider is, as you can see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna try to get out of the darkness. So I think I'm gonna Bilbo crawl. Into can I? I can't even move here.
Oh, sorry. Yes, I have a line, the blocker. Here, I can move you to the other side. All right. So
Yeah, I want to crawl and then get up and I guess that's my my turn.
yeah, pretty much, unless you have a bonus action.
Can I see this guy?
Yeah.
That's with Kylan.
So this guy is holding up a very finely crafted, elegant longsword right up to Kylem's, right in the gap in Kylem's armor at his throat, basically. But he just looks like he's waiting there, not necessarily like menacing.
So I crawl out of the darkness and I see an enemy to my right, and then I see this scene, and I'll use my bonus action to do critical analysis on this guy for my next turn.
All right. So he gets analyzed.
Start doing some Sherlock Holmes like slow-mo analysis on his ass.
All right. So you're getting the impression this guy is he is a killer. Like trained killer. Just from his stance, his muscle tone, above and beyond. He's wearing fairly simple stuff, right? His armor's made out of a giant horseshoe crab. Let's get the picture up for everyone.
Yeah, he looks very
Again.
cool. Although in character, I haven't seen him yet.
Why can't I make you visible? Thank you. Yeah, show to players. All
Yeah,
right.
he does look cool.
Yeah.
Nice sword.
Yeah, so he's got this really nice sword, this this armor made out of giant horseshoe crab. You know, that he's wearing sort of as a large shield on his back, plus, you know, his greaves and armor at his hips. So yeah, and so he seems to be just patiently waiting as Kylum is engulfed by the Tendrilo next to him. And he's like, the first one has made it through.
Wow.
Interesting.
If I have a chance, I'm like, is this some kind of test? And I'll
Well-
holler over my like, I made it through, like Indiana Jones. You know? Yeah, I made it through.
He's like, well, yes, I suppose. Again, his accent is kind of, or his speech is kind of faltering, right? It just seems he has to work through the words a little bit, like he's not used to speaking.
Oh.
Yeah.
Um,
Anything?
I think I can't really do any actions.
Right.
I mean, yeah, I've done everything I could do for my turn. So.
Who's
up? An enemy.
Yes, an enemy.
Enemy. Enemy.
An enemy.
Ooh.
Yeah-oh.
Sweetness. Again,
I'm like,
Damn.
the anemone that has Kylum snuck a sneaky tendril right around by your feet and has now pulled you toward it with its pseudopod. Yeah, crushing you, and now you just seem to be it's not even like it's grappling you. You just can't seem to get free of the tendril. It's like has almost like a sticky glue, organic glue on it.
Me?
And, well, it's sort of squeezing you, sort of just dragging you.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Man.
So you are now grappled, not restrained. Just grappled.
out of the frying pan and into the fire.
Yes.
Out of the fire and into the fire.
Omarin, you notice that the orange tendrilo that you've been feeding up until now, it's looking like it's searching for food again, or will be. But meanwhile, Bungo, down outside, you hear Sweetness's voice coming from the tunnel up ahead.
Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I come rounding the corner. So how are like these three people? What is the scene here?
All right,
I know we've got this warrior guy, like.
So Kylum is currently he has like all these anemone tendrils just like pulling him into like the wall, into that anemone.
Okay.
Sweetness has a tendril stuck and is now like dragging on one sort of leg towards the anemone. Yes, and then this warrior, he just simply has his sword up at Kylum's throat. But it's not menacing him. Well, yeah. Anyway, that's the scene.
Okay. I feel like this is like 100% the gif of Donald Glover coming into the room when everything's on fire. Like, okay. All right. I take a second to absorb this horrific scene of my two companions being eaten by tentacles and also threatened. I think I am gonna fire off one of my sushi shots into this guy in hopes that it gives Kylum some respite.
Sushi shot.
And maybe that can help him get the upper hand, or at least defend himself a little bit more.
I think you mean sashimi shot because there's no Rex.
Ah, okay. Look at you, you're so cultured. Yes, I will hit him with my sashimi shot. Trademark. Here we go. Let's see. Normal.
No, use your
Actually-
bento bolt.
This does have a disadvantage. I will
Yeah.
spend a story point to take this to normal.
What's providing the story point here? What's the narrative?
So just the absolute fucking horror of seeing Kylam slowly being eaten by a giant sea anemone. I'm just like,
actually-
oh fuck! Like,
It's
This is
also the
bad.
really high. It's the really high quality of the fish. I mean, you don't get any fresher than that.
right, that, yes. And I know that this is some really fresh seafood, so.
All right.
All right, here we go. No!
So the bolt goes in. Luckily, however, so it doesn't strike the Tendrilo like you imagined. But as the bolt just falls to the ground after plinking off the wall, the Tendrilo's like tentacle reaches out for it, and like, it starts grabbing your sashimi.
Okay, well, I'll fire off my secondary one then as well.
All right. Well, this one you actually hit. If you want
Although,
to deal.
wait, this one should be a disadvantage though, right?
Oh, right.
So let me roll again just to be proper here. Oh my god, no!
Yeah. But again, lands close enough that like these things, little tendrils, reach out and like start pulling it in. And yeah, you might see that it has less of a grip, perhaps, on Kylam as it's.
Maybe hopefully that can give him advantage on escape check or something like that.
Sure.
Cool.
All right.
And you know what? I will hang on. I will pass a bardic inspiration as well.
Well, you shot both your crossbows.
Oh yeah, it's a bonus action. You're right.
Yeah.
Never mind. Okay.
All right. In the darkness, Varanus and the spider.
Yes.
It
a
rolls.
bard's tail.
It rolls for recharge. No.
Yay.
However, you are surrounded in complete darkness by its webs, and so it knows exactly where you are.
Indeed, it does.
And you just suddenly feel like the tunnel go silent and quiet.
Yee.
Oh, but only come in for 16.
I will get my shield up.
All right. You in the darkness, you
edge.
yeah, you sense the attack coming, right, and its mandibles just get caught right on the edge of your shield
Imagine-
as you're holding it.
It's like big enough that its teeth are peering over the shield, and I have my shark tooth sword like blocking it. It's teeth against teeth in here, and whew, that was fortunate.
Yeah, and it sort of sidles around, sort of like crawling on the ceiling, trying to turn you, and you gotta like bend up and around as it's trying to use different angles to get the advantage, but you're able to hold the line. All right, and Kylam. He's finally like, look, just everyone get through the tunnel. It is a test. Sweetness made it through. Get through the tunnel, and this guy won't give us any trouble.
You nailed that, Zach. That was exactly what Mark would have said.
So Captain, how do you respond?
The captain, is it clear that we can just sort of like go around where Bungo went?
It's not clear to you.
Okay.
but you know, it's not a big intuitive leap either.
Okay. I guess I'll just yell for like a situation rep, and then when I see that sort of Bungo is he's gonna seek an alternate route. He has no desire to stay in this thing. But what he's gonna do is he's gonna like roll his little flaming sphere, which now I lost light on. That looks weird. Basically into this anemone. He's gonna roll it in and try to like turn this sashimi into.
Oh,
Sashimi.
all right.
What that is.
Just cooked fish.
Yeah.
Well, is an enemy? Oh,
Oh, it fucking gets out of the way.
yeah. It sucked all the way in. It was on the hunt, and as soon as it felt that other predator fire coming around, it knew to get in. Still takes half damage if.
Yeah. So I will
Roll those d6.
But I will use this as an opportunity to zoink, 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 zoink. Basically to just sort of move away. You know, I'm going to take a double move. I'm going to advance to the rear.
Cool. All right. So the anemone, you know, yeah, curls up basically, or the tendrilo. Mostly unaffected there. Omarin starts booking it around outside. The half-elf, he looks around, you know, with Sweetness here, and to Bungo, and he gently lifts away his sword from the tendrilo and sweeps down to cut your leg free, Sweetness.
Oh.
So he's like, here, stay free. Don't go near. Get to friend. And he points towards the halfling.
Where is? I actually cannot see. Oh, sorry. I just had it. He's. There we go. Okay, yeah. When it comes to my turn, you know, I'll kind of look him out. I'm like, thank you.
And you can see, yeah, he reaches into the tendrilo, like past its, you know, past all its tentacles, and then all the tentacles seem to withdrawing, both from Kylum and from the rest of you, and he's like, come.
Can I could I observe how he did that, or?
Why don't you give me an investigation
I would use
check?
a story.
Yeah. Oh no, I'll take an investigation check. Sure. We know you all like that.
I love that. Oh, but I only get a 9.
Wow. Yeah. So yeah, it was too obscured. His hand was too obscured once it got into the tentacles to see what he was doing. And he definitely noticed you trying to notice. Right. He's like, okay. You're trying to get my secret.
Well, obviously you told me to go help my friend.
All right. Veridus in the darkness. The flames have gone out of the webbing that was there, but there still is this corridor, basically clear of the darkness.
Where is that? Oh,
that's
so I could.
Yeah,
I can see up until, but I can't see actually, right?
Right, you can't see unless you enter that area or leave. Yeah.
Now, from what I understood earlier when I was standing on the edge over here, I could kind of tell where the edge ended. So would I be able to move, say, here out of the darkness?
Well, yes, but there's also darkness there. The token I have is not extended there, but going that way is more darkness.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, then I better just.
Not that Varanus would know it.
Yeah, I wonder, should I do maybe a
Survival check?
perception check
Or
yeah,
perception?
something like that?
I think
I'm not.
survival is more appropriate here because it'd be more relying on, okay, how does the terrain around me feel and
Sure.
smell. I don't know.
All right, 13.
All right, you could tell not to go that way.
Okay, so then I think I'll move to here, down, and I'll make another attack. I know I probably have disadvantage again, but my goal is to get down here eventually, so I just sort of
Sure.
position myself on that side of the spider and then make my attack.
Yeah. Yeah, go with disadvantage.
All right, my lowest this time is an 11.
So this time, yeah, you're unable to. You swipe at it in the
Well, you know what?
darkness.
I tell you what, though, I will use one of my. I have in my tome the what's it called? I believe it's called a blessing. That allows me to add
D4.
a D4 to rolls. I'd like to use one of those now to see if maybe that will help me.
All right.
Now I would have a 13.
A 13 is not enough, unfortunately.
Alrighty then.
You're close, but it's just too dark.
Yes. Well, I will just. Let's see. If I were to keep moving, I'd just move out of its reach. Let's see. Let me see how much I moved already real quick. What would that have been? 10 feet. So another 20 feet. I could get out of here. You know what? I think I'll go ahead and move still. And just try to get out of the dark.
Mm-hmm. All
So
right.
I will move away.
Attack of opportunity here. 24.
Okay. That will hit.
All right. Give me 6 piercing, 9 poison, and a DC 11 Constitution save.
Ouch. Constitution. Oh, all right, I got that.
All right, so you fight off.
But I still take.
Yeah, the
15
burning
damage.
venom. It hit. It caught you in the back as you were moving out. Yeah, and the venom tries to freeze your limbs, but you're able to use your inner fire to fight through.
Oh, and you know what? I'll go ahead and use my bonus action to use my second wind.
Nice.
Okay. Yay! Yes, inner fight indeed. And then I'll go ahead. I can't seem to move my token as far down as I want to, but
that's right.
I'll go ahead and move it. Yeah. Down out of here. And yeah, I just sort of rush through, and of course I take it I see the scene here.
Right, but now the tendrilos, right? Tentacles are withdrawing, and yeah, you can see that the half-elf sort of waving you out of the caves towards Bungo.
Okay. So let me see if that is. If I start there. Okay, I can move one more space, it looks like, to here.
All right.
And that will end my...
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we can drop out of rounds now if everyone.
That's fine with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So the half elf, he beckons you all, leads you back into the sunlight. No Tendrilo, don't come. Back into the sunlight, met by Omarin. And he gestures over to a little spit and fire, fire pit he has sheltered by the cove. He's like, please come. Yes, you are no black rifters, as far as I can tell, which is a boon in these times.
Yeah.
And
yeah. Oh, go ahead.
oh, I was just gonna say, kind of look at him and be like, "No, we're far from it. But what you are and how exactly you ended up here, that remains a mystery."
Mystery I can answer. Yes.
That would be most welcome.
Food?
So what happened? Oh, yes. Let's. I don't. I think we have some food.
Well, I
can share
mean,
with
yeah, he offers to share the bounty of his farm here. He starts dicing up a sea cucumber, putting in a pan to fry it a bit. So
I'll empty a few of my pocket fish in his frying pan.
Good choices. Good choices, little man.
I have a keen eye for cuisine.
The jargon seems to sort of go over his head a little bit. He seems just cuisine, right? He's like,
yeah,
he can only get it by context.
Yeah.
So to anyone who hasn't seen him up to this point, he definitely seems like he's been here a while, and most likely alone.
I was gonna say, Sweetness, were you alone? Is there anyone else with you? Do you have a people? Do you live in these caves?
I don't live in them. And he gestures. You can sort of see there's a little sort of camouflaged den sort of opening over here that he's got. Yes, well, I live here. I came decades ago, many years. Came here to live alone.
Where are you from?
You're a host. Wearing a crab,
Yes, hermit would be a fair name.
Can we tell? Is he an elf? Is he a human?
He's a half elf.
Half elf. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's hard to tell his age, right? He could be anywhere from 50 to 200, maybe. Yeah.
Where did you come from?
Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
I was once. He sort of casts his eyes off into the far distance. An assassin.
He says he was once a what? Sorry.
Assassin.
I see.
And you can see by his face, though, he takes no pride in admitting that.
I think I'll offer up. Veranos will say as we start to pass some shrimp around or whatever on this thing. I say, I can sympathize. It sounds like your life has changed drastically from what it once was. Mine has too. Such is the way.
was decades
What?
ago. I said it was decades ago. Oh, did you mean now with the Black Rifters being here and?
No, I meant from when he used to be an assassin.
I'm an assassin. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Then yes, it's like that was decades ago.
Well, nevertheless. Yeah,
Yes, but blood weighs heavy on one's boots.
Is that what made you leave it
You
all? And
what were you doing? You know.
is that why you left?
I was
That
on a
time.
mission for the merchant princes. I was
Ah.
often on a mission for the princes. And shipwreck, unfortunately, stranded me here alone. Tried to escape a couple times, but these islands, they keep what's theirs. And
We have every intention of leaving these islands when we find what we came for. Would you like to sign on as a member of our crew or ride to some destination if you can help us find what we're looking for?
No, I think not. These islands keep their own, and I am the island's own now. I've made my peace with my past, and life in the wild out here is the better life.
Have you no cause or ambition?
Not any
What
longer.
is it? I see.
Peace. Peace through solitude.
I admire that. I'm afraid I don't feel that I'll ever be at peace until, well. And I just sort of like trail off.
Sweetness is like.
Have these new Black Rifters, as they were, these new inhabitants of the island, these new visitors to the island, have they been causing you trouble?
Yes, the Rifters. I thought you might be working with them.
No, but I suspect we are looking for the same thing. If you
Indeed.
could help us find that thing, I suspect the Black Rifters would leave this island alone and continue to come after us.
What, pray tell, do you seek?
A bit of metal that has fallen from the sky.
Metal from the sky. So, about a month ago, there was a shooting star bigger than any I'd ever seen blaze across the sky, and a tiny fragment of it fell into the mouth of the volcano. And shortly after that came the ships. I'd seen once or twice these rifters out in the waters, but they never bothered this island too much. But after that piece of the sky fell, well, they've been non-stop searching this island. But they do not know of the secrets below the island.
Oh.
We suspected as well that this bit of metal is somewhere underground. We do not know how to get there, nor do I think, as you so said, the Black Rifters do either.
Well, that is fortunate if you can rid them of this island. Yes. Oh, this is exciting. Well,
Yes.
if you've heard or if you know about these islands, it was the scaly men, the lizard men used to inhabit here long ago, and they would build shrines in even the most dangerous, unlikely places. And I've found some of their work. I've never explored it myself. Through the tunnels on the coast here. And yes, it seems they built something towards the heart of the volcano, leading through these tunnels.
Do you think that some of these lizard men or something could still be living underground?
I don't know enough about lizards to say yay or nay. But from what I have seen and heard from the land, the lizard men have been long gone.
And I wonder, how could this piece of the star have gotten from the mouth of the volcano to one of these shrines?
Well, if they built their shrine near the
Oh, near the mouth of the
volcano's...
volcano. Oh.
Well, not its mouth per se, but
Its roots.
its roots. Yes, yes.
Could you show us these tunnels? Could you show us the way?
He's like, yes, I think if as you say, it will so help rid this island and all these islands of Black Rift, I will help. I can lead you to the tunnels that they've built. But I will not venture in there. It is an area filled with the sacred energies of the island, and I do not feel right trespassing upon it.
We will treat them with the respect that they deserve for living in silence for so long.
I'm pleased to hear this.
Omarin is going to look to the party and say, friends, companions, do we need to take a brief rest, or should we continue immediately?
You know,
Well, we've got to finish cooking this food first.
Ah, yes.
I mean, we've got some
it.
fish on the fire here.
And let us take a short respite from our trials and labors and also hit
Yes.
dice.
Well, that sounds good to me. If we can do that.
Yep.
Sure thing.
Do we add our Constitution modifier when we roll our rest during a hit die?
Yep.
Or roll our hit die during a rest, I should say. That's what I thought.
And Bungo gets to roll a d6 to add to everyone.
Oh, cool.
We all get to add.
Song of Rest.
Yes.
How much do we get? Or do we each roll our own d6?
No, he rolls 1d6 for everyone.
Yes, as I tell you a restful tale as we sit
Yes.
by the cooking fire.
Well, yeah, what do you tell? He introduces himself. I'm sorry, my name is Valisto. So what do you tell Valisto during this cook time?
I guess I try to bring him happy tidings of the outside world. I feel like he's probably been disconnected for a while. So I'll update him on the comings and goings of the city that we were in.
Greyhaven.
Yeah.
But I'll keep it away from like the heavy stuff, like More so like, oh yeah, they had a great parade for the festival day, and less like reminding him about his PTSD riddled past.
Sure.
Although I am extremely curious, like, he didn't say who he was like an assassin for, right? Or like,
That is a good point.
like usually
wonder.
assassins, I
Well,
feel
he
like
said
work for somebody.
he worked for the merchant princes.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
but we
Yeah.
also know several of them, so there could be, but this sounds like it was a really long time ago.
Yeah, that was the implication. Was he was a guild assassin for the merchant princes?
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm. I'll also carefully avoid pointing out our association with them.
Yeah.
Technically, we work for them too.
Shush, shush, shush. We
Oh,
work
yeah.
only for the captain.
You worked for who?
Omaran Stargazer is a great man.
A merchant and a prince.
No, just
But
a
not a
merchant. Just
I'm neither of these things. I am but a fisherman, and quite
just
a
a
accomplished
simple
one at that.
harvester of the sea.
Yeah, and we talk shop about fish for a long time, and you guys are bored.
All right. He also offers to, tend. If anyone was poisoned, he's like, yes. He's like, this is, sorry, Kylum, one of the Infernus urchin spines I stuck you with earlier. It's a very handy first strike weapon because it can.
I managed to acquire one.
Yes. Well, if you want, I could give you a handful of them. All right. So take 6 Infernus urchin spines.
Cool. For study, all for medicinal purposes, of course.
Of course.
Name of science.
I'll print this out, and you can, or I'll make an attack with it, and you can add it to your.
Cool.
All right. But they also have terrific healing properties if you know how to apply them and where. Yes. So, yes. So that's why I ask if anyone was suffering some poisoned injury. Or perhaps even, and he looks over at how Kylum is like favoring one of his arms. Perhaps they could also relieve his injury with proper care.
Infernus urchin spine. Could relieve whose injury?
Kylum, right? Because Kylum has his infected shoulder.
Yes. Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, I added that to my items.
Cool. It doesn't mention the range here. So the range is, if you want to throw them, 20 feet, 60 feet. 20/60.
Okay. And yeah, you'll have to give the details on like what an attack is and, all that.
Well, it's a ranged weapon. I'll call it a simple weapon. So, yeah. So you'd be proficient with it, I think. If you're proficient in simple weapons and uses dexterity and deals D4 base damage. Yeah. So, why are you looking for these pieces of star?
Yeah, I'm inclined maybe just to tell him. I think he's been so kind and trustworthy. I think if no one else pipes up, Baroness is just like, well, the star is said to hold great power. A power that would allow one to wish whatever they desire to be so.
Well, I can understand that. Wanting to remake the world through magic, sure. But be careful with what one wishes. May never turn out, or hardly ever turns out like you would think.
But our quest is a noble one. For you see, we would use our wishes only for good.
Yes, for whose good?
Well, I think primarily for Varanus's people. Secondarily, for like, can you imagine how many chicks I could wish for? Like, so many. So it would benefit myself and Varanus, and probably these other guys too.
And the chicks.
Yeah, well,
presumably.
obviously, it
Yeah.
goes without saying that my charms would be benefiting them.
Right.
So you wish to be a
Omar-
poultry farmer?
Exactly.
Something like that.
Omarin is sort of gonna pull him aside. He like kind of likes this dude. Tell him about his whole sort of sad backstory with his family. Just sort of try to distract him from this horribleness of the rest of the party.
Varanus's quest is noble.
Yeah,
Mine's
but
not,
I think,
but
but I think this sort of want this guy to feel sort of a deep connection to us.
Wait, so...
Yeah.
So what's the story? You haven't told... Are you gonna actually
wait a second. Are
tell
you
the
telling?
story?
Are you revealing your sad backstory to this random guy we just met?
Not to
Before
us.
you tell us.
And by the way, sad backstory, my whole family died in a shipwreck other than me. I also have shared my sad backstory, so we can be little sad boys together.
I mean, Omarin does a pretty good job of owning his sorrow and like not being a little bitch about it. But yes, he is. He feels a strong connection to this lonely fisherman on an island that has forsaken all other things, or what his goal was, which is solitude and peace, and my goal, which is to find my family, and that is all. He'll say this whole thing in Elvish, just because he's saving the.
You should only say half
Real
of it
for the
now.
party.
He's only half Elvish, so just half an elf.
I hope he speaks Elvish. Does he speak Elvish?
Yes, he does speak Elvish.
Okay. We switched to Elvish. I suspect it's a beautiful tongue he has not heard in a very long time.
It's true. He's even more clumsy with it than he is with common, though. It's been far longer for him than his practice is Elvish. But he listens very attentively, and feels that sympathy and resonance. He's like, "Thank you for sharing your story. For all of you sharing your stories, thank you. It is good to hear from time to time what goes on in the places away from here." And he sort of just sits back and just starts staring into the fire a bit. He's like, "Well, let me know when you are ready to delve into the volcano."
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, a little while later, you guys sort of pack up, and he leads you a little bit further down the beach, and takes you through a cave where a couple other tendrilos sort of hang together, almost blocking a full sort of entrance to a cavern. And so if he slowly approaches them and looks over his shoulder back up at you and reaches up into into their tentacles, right, and does something with his hands there and causing them to retract and open the way ahead. And he sort of does a slight bow and gestures for you to move forward into the volcanic tunnels.
All right.
And
Aaron is.
yeah.
Go ahead.
So inside the tunnels, these walls are basically seamless obsidian, right, carved by the flow of magma itself. It's totally dark aside from the light sources that Sweetness or Varanus or Bungo create. But all the light sources give this very nice, like, reflective shimmer from all the obsidian. So it's very, very. It's a very cool effect, right? Probably it's something unique and something you haven't seen in the past before. So the wall, the tunnels are gently curving. You guys hike for miles through these tunnels, deep into the underground, but don't see too much of danger. And once in a while, you feel the volcano start rumbling. But then, after a bit, you start getting this heat, this intense heat that starts washing over you, and every once in a while you turn the corner and just the temperature climbs another several degrees. But it's a very it's very dry heat, so almost as soon as your sweat is starting to ooze into your clothing, it's being evaporated away. And you take a turn around a final bend, and the scent, right, of sulfur and phosphorus wash over your noses as you find yourself sitting next to a small river. All right, so everyone should be there now, hopefully.
Of lava?
Yes, a small magma river that's coursing through. You now feel the volcano start to shudder and shake more often, or at least you're closer to the epicenter. And he's like, beyond this river here, and you can even see ahead in the chamber beyond the worked stone. And this is where the lizard folk built their shrine.
What's the compass saying?
The compass is pointing pretty much northwest.
Like right in the direction that we're heading?
Yep, more or less.
That is great. I will happily take the point as we dead.
All right. Well, you will. Anyone who wishes to cross the magma river must make a strength athletics check.
Yeah. Let me go first, and then maybe if I get to the other side, I can help, with some rope or something if anyone's worried about it. But
Would be incinerated?
What's that?
No. So this flow right here definitely looks much more shallow, maybe much more recent. So it's definitely not as dangerous as the flow you saw before.
Nice. All right, yeah, and given the fire resistance, I feel like makes sense for me to try to get across here and then help if need be. All right, 20.
Excellent. So Varanus, you easily leap across, yeah, to the far side. Valisto looks impressed. He's like, "Oh, really? Got
Just
some
give
legs on
everyone a
him."
little nod, and like I said, maybe I can have like my hand outstretched, ready to help.
I'm gonna want a hand.
Yeah, make it easier for people. If anyone wants to throw like a rope or something my way, and we can, I don't know, whatever.
Back, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, so there's no natural spot to really anchor a rope.
Oh, I see.
But
Well,
Even
I
in the
figure
ground because it's hard.
yeah,
if I
but
threw it
unless
to
you
you,
have
you
some
can-
pitons, unless someone has a climbing kit.
No.
But,
My thought
yeah.
was, I could throw it to you, Varanus. You could tie it around your waist. I'll tie it to me. You stand a ways away and brace yourself, and then I'll jump. And if I fall, it will pull you, but not off the edge. Don't stand on the edge. You would want to stand like 10 feet back.
Oh yeah, like here. Yeah, I mean, I'll do something like that. Tie it around and drag you if need be.
Yeah, if it came to it.
Yeah, if you can get the rope. Yeah,
All
toss the rope over here.
And so I tossed the rope, and I said, lash it about your. All right, here I come. Good thing too, because I'm falling.
Oh damn.
Well,
Yeah.
you should just roll with advantage and then see if
Oh,
Varanus
yeah,
has
'cause
to
we have
further
the-
intervene.
The whole setup here.
There we go.
There we go.
You just hugged me as I.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, you make it across, and Sweetness, as you sort of enter into this room, you can see the stone work here, very old, but also pretty good. It doesn't rival dwarf craftsmanship, of course, but then etched in all around are runes. In some sort of runes that the lizard folk have carved in.
Let's take a history check or something to see if I recognize them, or.
Sure. Meanwhile, who wants to jump the lava next?
Omarin will go, and he'll use the same advantage rope trick if
Yeah, I'll
Varanus
toss it.
wants to help.
Toss it back around, help you.
All right. Omarin's kind of has a bit of. It's a bit. He's not loving this whole lava thing after what happened earlier, but he is going to.
Yeah. Just like,
Go
you've got
for
this,
it.
Captain.
Just so you guys know, you guys have 2 story points left.
Okay.
Just
Well,
all
we
right.
already have advantage here. So.
Yeah. So luckily, Amarin, with Varanus's help, right? You would have. You almost froze up, right? Your legs almost froze up when you approached the lava. Your body was like, I don't want to do that. Luckily, Varanus's heave ho gets you across.
And I think once I get it across, I pat the captain on the shoulder, and before I undo the rope and throw it to the other end, I check and make sure it's not too singed or frayed or anything, maybe re-knotted or something, and then, toss it back over toward Bungo or any of the others if they are ready and need some help.
I guess I'll go next.
Yeah, just tie the rope around you if you want to.
Have advantage.
Yes.
Well, I do, and I tie it around me, and
Classic sailor knot.
Nice.
not even a thing.
All right.
Yep.
And
I like how you dragged Magnus across.
yeah, of course.
He just ghost floats.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
he's bound.
He's in my
bound
brain,
in
but
Bungo's
yeah.
body, right?
Right.
All right, and Kylum is the last to go.
Well, don't forget Oh, this is where he's leaving us, right?
Right, Valisto's like,
Valisto.
I shall wait here unless it gets And like, as you guys have been progressing through the volcano, remember the activity's been increasing. So he's like, I wait here until it's not safe to do so. If you need to be led back.
We would love if you would wait and lead us back.
All right, and Kylam jumps across. He jumps without the rope because he just decides to leap, and he almost totters back a little bit. He's like,
Yeah, I give him a little smirk and then coil the rope up and offer it back to Sweetness.
All right.
I take it. I got a 17 for my
All right.
history check.
Sure. So you're looking around, and you could tell, and Varanus basically, as he starts looking over too, it's Draconic. So it's dialect of Draconic.
I can read Draconic, so could I understand it?
You can understand it, of course, right? It's a lizard folk language, so it's got differences. But to get sort of the overall feel for it, you might need to take like a minute to study and make an investigation check.
I see.
But from what you get, from the initial impression you get, it's some sort of history and or reason for the shrine's existence, right? Why did they build the shrine?
Oh, that'd be good to understand, because that's probably going to help us traverse it as well. If maybe, could you point out where that is, where I would study
it's
it?
all
around
around
the wall?
Yeah, all along the walls of this chamber.
Yeah, I think I'm intrigued by this. Oop, everything went dark. I guess I got to refresh my roll 20.
You might not have light.
Oh,
there should be enough light in here, but I know the light system's been weird recently.
Yeah, I'd like to take a second and study this.
Seems useful.
All right.
Worth it.
Yeah. Anybody else read Draconic that might be able to help him, or do other people want to explore elsewhere?
It's investigation, you say?
Yes.
Gotcha.
All right. So, yeah, as Varanus, as you're scouring the walls, right, sort of maybe jumping from one section to another, because some section might have been damaged, or you feel like you can get a better context. But the difficulty of the script, right? You're not a wizard who's taken their time in the library, to put it fairly, right? So this kind of work is a little too difficult for you, or you're not able to get it quite quickly enough. And so as you guys are milling about, waiting for Varanus, the chamber starts to rumble beneath your feet, and steam and gases start suddenly, bursting in, little amounts here and there, but you can definitely feel like around the chamber is being pressurized, and everyone needs to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Gotcha. Okay.
Who am I?
Kylam.
Oops. Back.
That's okay. We'll just take the first one. All right. Well, everyone except Sweetness.
Ah.
Sweetness, you're. What are you doing that you might have been a little too distracted?
Oh, leaning right up and looking at some rune. I just am imagining some steam being like.
All right.
know,
Yeah. So a
or
burst
the ground
of
shakes and any face plants into the wall. You know,
It's like
a burst of steam erupts in your
super
face.
hot steam.
You know, other bits like rocks, start falling from the ceiling in a few other areas. So some of you are dodging aside a little bit. So you take 3 fire damage. But as that happens, from little fissures in the ground, 3 bat-like shapes emerge, and they emerge from the ground, and their wings are made of almost dripping magma, and so bits of molten magma are coming off of them, and they look angry, disturbed, and roll initiative.
all right.
We got a fight on our hands here, boys. Got that little turn order thing, Zach?
Oh, right.
There we go.
Oh boy. I
Womp
think
womp.
you guys need to do it again.
Yeah, because it wasn't open.
Oh, wait.
Oh, wait. There we are.
Oh yeah. Okay.
We're in there.
Technology.
Yeah. Kylum.
Yeah, find this thing handy for plotting your turn.
Alright, descending. Alright, so the captain is the first one to sort of respond to this new appearance. And you see, these things are, dripping magma. They're like, making weird Ignan noises. So if anyone knows Ignan,
I'd be impressed if anyone knows Ignan.
The elemental fire tongue. All right, so yes, Captain, what you do?
Does the captain think that these are beasts?
No, they are elemental
Dang.
beings.
Okay. Oh. In that particular case, he is going to... do they clearly mean us harm?
Yes. Well, they seem to be more just agitated overall. Some of them are even like almost swooping at each other, right? Sort of like, but yes, they seem agitated and aggressive.
Okay, I'm gonna try this. If it doesn't work, that's okay. But I'm gonna sort of step a little bit sort of away and try to just use some, even though they're probably not animals, just try to use some animal handling to sort of calm them down, or maybe to tell people like go to the walls and like let them by, just sort of something like that.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Why don't you make a roll? Oh, you did. Okay. Yeah. So unfortunately, right?
Area of expertise.
Yeah, elemental spirits are not. They don't respond the same way, right? As beasts do. So they,
Yeah, you inadvertently said "fuck you" and Ignan.
Yeah, probably. I know.
All right. Well, conveniently, Bungo and Omarin are in a nice... Oh, anything else? Sorry, Omarin?
Oh.
All right.
Dropped a little hint there, huh?
Fortunately...
Oh, that effect was so cool.
Oh, that's dope, dude. I want that for my fire breath, big dog.
Well, I think you can use it maybe? Is it, oh, you don't
Anyway,
have the
we'll-
effect ones. No. Okay.
We'll look into that another
Yeah.
time, but that's sick.
Anyway, yes, Omarin and Bungo make dexterity saving throws as this fire bat breathes a burst of flames at you.
Spread out from them.
Oh no! I didn't spread
Oh.
out.
All right, Bungo, you take 6 fire
Spread
damage,
it in.
Woof. Little
and
high. Okay.
and the captain takes 3. Sweetness and Varinus, same deal, as this one breathes at you.
Dexterity saving throw.
Yes, fortunately for you,
Make it.
Varinus, less of a
Oh
problem.
my god. Our rolls have just been so shitty.
Fortunately, 11 is enough.
Thank God.
So Sweetness, you save, and Varinus, you have to rely on your innate resistance. So you each take
Yeah,
only 3.
2. Oh. Well, half of 5, right? Or
Yeah, round up.
oh.
But then
Oh,
the
whoops.
bat that's behind it takes the opportunity to swoop at its supposed friend with its talons. Which is a hit. All
Did it
right.
attack the other bat?
Yeah, it swoops in and attacks the other bat in a splash of magma. Yeah.
It attacks the other bat.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Bungo, a little singed.
Yeah, a little cooked, but I'm all right.
You should
Let's
really
see.
dodge instead of dip.
Yeah,
Says
for sure.
Magnus.
Thanks for the advice, Magnus, but I think I'm gonna call on a wee bit of magical talent here. So these are 2 like fire bats, right?
Yes.
And so, okay. I'm gonna scooch on over here, and pop off a good old-fashioned color spray.
Ooh.
Color spray.
Level 1, so I'll just be
That is
rolling
handy.
third 6d10. So 26 HP.
All right.
Oh, that ought to do well.
Worth of
Yeah.
creatures is blinded.
Well, here, let's give you this little. Woo.
Oh, so cool.
All right. Oh, you missed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick.
All right.
Love
So 26. Yes. So that the first guy in
hopefully I'll
line
get both of
catches everything, but it's not enough to actually blind the second one.
Okay.
Oh,
I'll take
little-
one blind bat.
Yeah.
Wait a
That'll
minute.
do.
Do we notice, is there any visible difference between the 2 bats? Like the one that attacked the other one? Does it appear to be different than the others?
No. I mean,
No.
they each look unique, but not in any. No, Sweetness. Based on your observational acumen, you kind of guess these things are they're just volatile, hostile by nature, and they'll attack each other as readily
Okay.
as enemies.
It's almost tempting to go like, let's go this way and let them finish each other off.
Yeah, right?
Anything else, Bungo? Bonus actions?
No, I'm good.
All right. Sweet.
I think, yeah, at the start, I'll say to Varinus, they seem willing to attack one another. Perhaps you could, I'm wondering if you could almost like push with your shield, push one of the, push this one toward these others, and if it might attack them.
Yeah. Well, it's true. It might also cause them to jump on me, but
That's fair.
yeah.
But with this fire, I'm gonna move into I think this space, and I'll do an attack. And why not do my critical analysis? It doesn't hurt.
Sure.
So, all right. Here's my attack. Oh my god.
Oh, one.
So yeah, the bat just slides right out of the way, and all you catch is just this little bit of magma on the end of
I was
your.
moving past them anyway. I'm going to use my
Yeah.
mobile feat.
Oh,
Whether I
okay.
hit or miss, I don't
Mhm.
provoke. So just to spread us out a little bit, you know,
Smart.
I'll come over here.
Cool. Varanus.
Yes. I will move up to here and use my shark tooth longsword to. Is this one? What does that symbol mean? Remind me on it.
That's
Status
sweetness
icon.
is critical
Oh, gotcha.
examination or whatever.
Yeah,
Analysis.
I will swing my shark tooth longsword at it.
It does not have armor.
Yay! All right, so hopefully we'll get a hit here.
Nice.
Yes. So
That is a
an
hit.
additional 1d8 since it is not armored. All right.
Ooh.
So 15 slashing damage.
Excellent. All right. So with one cleave, you cut all the way through it, and it starts falling apart. But then the magma sort of the clumps comes back together, and it starts flapping. But definitely far weakened from what it had been.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
No. That will be my turn.
All right. Kylum starts moving in, drawing his two blades. All right, he's like, well, we don't want to clump up too much, so if I go here, haha. He goes for the blind one. Oh, would Kylum do that? They're elementals. They're like, whatever. Alright. Rapier with advantage. Go. Offhand rapier with advantage. Go. Alright. Wow. Sinking his two blades into this thing and his ancestral sword hissing as the seawater is being boiled instantly by the magma bat. But the thing is still clinging on to its elemental life. Captain.
All right, we got 2 wounded pretty good.
Captain is going to use his bonus action, do a little shillelagh action on his spear,
Trident.
and walk up, and this one's asleep, so he will.
Or he's
try to
blinded.
stab-
He's blinded.
He's blinded. Oh right. I will. He's blind
But I
as a
think you
bat.
get advantage.
You get advantage.
Blind as
yeah.
a bat.
Yeah, I am going to attempt to stab him with my two-handed shillelagh.
I love this spell.
Woo!
Oh, got the crit. Let's go.
All right, so you just
Good roll.
stab right as this embodiment of magma is just flapping there, blinded. You drive your trident through it. However, what you don't account for is its death burst.
Oh, boy.
I need reflex saves from Kylum and Omarin. Dexterity saves, right? Man, 3.5.
Yes.
How long ago was that?
Yeah. Or even 4th edition.
I guess so. I guess we're headed to. All
Had
right,
a lot
both
of saves.
save. So, but both end up taking 3 fire damage.
Good job, boys.
Nicely done.
Yes, it just burst into a font of magma. All right. Anything else, Omarin?
No, I would just kids. If you're gonna skewer a bat on a trident, do not overcook it. It will explode.
Yeah.
This bat, which hasn't used its breath weapon, sees this nice lineup down here. Can get all three of these
darn.
heroes in a fire breath. So I need dexterity saving throws from Omar and Kylam and Bungo.
Hang on, I didn't see the fire breath.
Oh.
Oh, so cool, worth it.
I don't care how much damage it deals me. I love
so
it.
cool.
All right. All right, so 6 fire damage for Omarin, getting those burn scars coming up again on your skin there. And Kylam saves Bungo. Dexterity saving throw from Bungo.
Oh, sorry.
He's good at this sort of thing.
Not so much. Or maybe okay.
Enough.
Good.
You still take 3 fire damage.
Okay.
And the bat sort of just swoops around a little bit in its glee of having burned people. The other one...
Boom, boom. I like the combat music you got for this, Zach.
Yeah, this is pretty nice. Seeing as... Oh, he's going to see if he recharges his fire breath. First. Nope.
No.
So he just comes in, scratching with his talons. And because of Varanus' brutal blow, I think I am going to spend a story point. This magma bat wants revenge. Pretty bad. Pretty bad. Alright. Wow. But your shield, it just slaps against your shield as it tries to come in.
That's right.
And it's got nothing. Bungo up again. Singes are adding up. So this one is uninjured. This one's quite injured.
I'm gonna try and finish off the. Has advantage because he's blind.
No, this one's not blind. This one is. It's got critical analysis on it.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Of course.
Maybe.
The blind one died, right?
There it is. That's the one I usually use. The dripping eye. There we go.
Ah, okay.
All right. But the 12 hits. So there you go.
Nice.
And that is enough. Your bolt goes through it and it disintegrates.
Yeah.
Does it
explode?
It does. It does.
That is okay. I should be okay.
Let's take another step forward and fire
So-
my other one.
Varanus, dexterity saving throw, please.
Hmm.
Yep, that's alright.
All right. So you take
Half of 3, right?
Yeah.
1.
2. Yeah. All right. And your second bolt, Bungo, is going at the other one.
Yep.
Choo!
There we go.
Very nice.
That's
dude.
a hit. Excellent. The bolt
Wait, there was
sizzles
shrimp
in.
on that one. No.
Well, yeah, and some roasted shrimp drops to the ground.
Perfect. Yeah, I was just getting it cooked, just flambéed in the back.
5-second rule, so you got a round.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Sweets.
I'm up. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll
We're getting
switch my.
we are getting the music coming through your microphone though.
Oh, it's in mine.
Yeah.
Funny. I had
You
it
can
turned
either.
down
was
so
gonna
low I couldn't hear it, and then I was
Mhm.
like, oh, I want to hear the music.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll switch my critical analysis to this guy, and I'll come in hot for an attack.
Good.
That one.
Good.
Excellent.
Good.
So, yeah, I mean, I think that'll be it for me. I'll come in
Well, I say, yeah, move away. I'll finish it
Yeah.
off.
All right.
and then I'll
Maybe.
back
Maybe.
up. Maybe a little bit further.
All right. Sweetness and his signature darts in and out, gashing that little bat. And Varanus.
Yes, I will rush up and. Do I have advantage on that one?
You don't.
Okay, I will attack with my shark tooth longsword again.
That is another hit.
All right, but with another 1d8. So a total
And
of-
that's enough. Varanus sweeping again, taking another one. I will need another reflex saving throw, however.
Yes, of course. All right. I think I am.
Yeah, so you only
a
take
mere
one
one
again.
damage again.
Yep.
No worries, mate.
All right.
Yeah, I imagine like they just cut through it and the fire just kind of washes over him and it,
Yeah.
you know, practically nothing.
Right. Just clinks off your
Is
scales.
anybody wanting? I could do a. I've got 4 healers kit uses left.
Looks like
Yeah, I don't
Bungo would be in the most need. Him and the captain. I'm at 18 of 23, so
A little beat up.
Kylam looks pretty good too.
Kylam can share some of his healing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, if he
he'll
wants to.
he'll heal the captain and Bungo for 5 each. Just lay on hands.
Yeah.
I can save the healer's kit then for a little down the road.
Yeah, I think we could survive another encounter and be fine.
Those bats ain't shit.
Did you get your 5 though, Austin?
I
Your 5 hit points
Heal
heal.
5 hit points.
did not.
Courtesy of, I'm assuming, the healing. What's the paladin feature? Lay on hands.
Yeah, indeed, exactly. All right. So as the the rumbling dies down a bit again, Varanus, are you gonna take another stab at
Yes.
deciphering?
Yes, I will. It's now investigation, right? Was that right?
Yep.
There we
Hey,
go,
that's
baby.
a good one. All right, so you're poring over these runes, cross-referencing, glancing back and forth, and this is what seems to be most salient to you. The lizard folk of Ignika, this island, venerated 2 elemental powers above all others. That was the element, the spirit of fire, and the spirit of water. The balance of these 2 spirits are what keep this whole life, this whole world, right, going. Or at least the world of these ancient lizard folk. The 2 spirits you see in other places, right? It talks about the 2 spirits being continually at war with one another, as makes sense, right? Water and fire are never friendly, with
And
one
does it
another.
say that the ancient lizard folk of Ignicot liberated them?
No,
Is that what
they
you said?
they venerated them. They worshipped
Oh,
them, right? So yeah, in this conflict, right, neither side was ever able to get sort of the upper hand, right? It's always seemed to be this continual war, but a war that never ended, out of balance. Um, and this is what created the islands themselves, right? And all of their creation story is bound up into this whole thing. Um, and by when the lizard folk discovered this, they started praying to, right, and worshiping these spirits, and they found they were able to call and summon these elemental spirits to the locations of the shrines.
do I deduce from this, or perhaps maybe I could do further thinking and examination? I say to the party, I recite in my own words basically what you just said about
Mm.
the ancient lizard folk here sought to understand and harness the power of the ancient flame uh, and water spirits. Perhaps we could do the same if we find the shrines. That would prove powerful, I'm sure. Maybe I could try to find a way, like, I don't know if it's also written on the wall, like a ritual or some such that we could potentially try to do should we find a shrine, and I suspect we will.
I think Sweetness says, aren't we juggling enough interest as it is? Sort of looking over to Kylam and thinking about the water spirit that engaged with him, or whatever that god was, and also thinking about the drow guy, and then our stuff back home.
Well, think of it. Well, as far as I know, and granted, this is all new to me, but I think spirits, when conjured, are loyal. I've seen as much with the Erosiak, who await our commands back at the ship. Perhaps, if we were to summon them to our aid, they could help us repel the Black Rift forces as we seek to attain the crystal.
Sweetness says, we're out of my depth in these kinds of matters. If you say so, I'm willing to try it.
Kylam speaks up, and he's like, "Yes, I don't know about trying to take power, right? I mean, speaking for myself, my mission here was to restore or, reduce the chaos that this region had been thrown into. That's what Korinos bid me to do. And harnessing those powers, that seems perhaps a risky way to go about it."
He's like, but we could take the nature spirits prisoner. No,
Armarin does one of these and just sort of says, let's look for what we came for, and just sort of proceeds forward.
And as you do, the chamber rumbles and steam comes again, and everyone make another dexterity save.
getting our money's worth out of those, huh?
As another
not to be
trio of bats emerge
Oh boy.
after
really?
another minute of study. Yes.
Oh, those assholes.
Next time you study Varanus, the rest of us are going to do other things.
Could we run from, barricade them? I don't know, block the tunnel.
If you want, I'm gonna just use the same initiative order we had before, just to save time. So Omarin is up first.
All right, I will do my same. Actually, I'm not gonna do my shillelagh because they fucking explode and they suck. So I am going to use at the one closest to me.
Oh, there is a
going to-
big rock down here or something.
Oh, guys, is that an Indiana Jones looking rock?
I don't know.
Yeah, could you use a wind, blow them out? Could you blow them out with a gust?
I can't really blow creatures with it yet.
Well, yeah, I meant snuff out the flame of their life.
Oh.
That not
Well,
happen?
actually, one medium or smaller creature could be pushed 5 feet. That's no different than the shove action, really.
Yeah. All right, Bungo. I still need a dexterity save from you. And let's see.
Here he is.
There it is.
All right, so Bungo and Varanus are going to be taking 6 fire damage. As yeah, again, the slight crevices, the cracks in the walls, right? Steam is pressuring out into the room. Yeah, it's. Omarin, you can feel like this volcanic activity is getting real, like real
Okay.
dangerous.
Okay. And I will attempt to whip this thing, which presumably hits or doesn't, for paltry 2 damage. And
It does hit.
then
Yep. Are you pulling it?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
And then
Yeah, let's
Omarin's
just
gonna
get out of here.
like run into here and see what he sees.
All right. So let's do the bats and then see what Omarin sees. This bat sees Kylum in all his metal armor and gives him a nice heat metal. And you start to see Kylum's armor glow. So he takes the damage. Not too bad. But his armor, his chainmail, right, is starting to roast him on the inside. All right.
I can't actually see the bats. No.
Oh, right. Well, you're around the corner. But can you see this bat?
Oh, I see. All right, barely. Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Okay. It could also be because, again, light sources and stuff.
Yeah. I think that is it.
Yeah. All right. Other bat goes at Bungo, swooping in.
No.
Misses.
That's a miss.
Other one goes for Varanus. 21.
That will hit.
All right. 4 slashing, 2 fire.
Well, 1 fire, I suppose.
Yep. Alrighty. So, Omarin, as you start making your way into this chamber, you get a waft, right? The sulfurous, phosphorus fumes sort to break, and now you smell the stench of decay. But not, a scent you're familiar with, right? The scent of rotting things, which makes absolute sense because as you start emerging into the chamber, you start to notice fungi and small plants of all sorts, mosses, growing in this chamber. little flecks of light are almost winking in and out from different parts of the fungus on the walls, um, and through this breach in the side wall here, you make out the form of almost antlers, growing all covered with fungus and such. But now that you're looking at it, it looks almost like a giant spider. Yeah, that has curled up on its back in death. So that is what you see, and the chamber also sort of splits off to the left there as well.
Because I'm also in this. Does this look like these boulders slammed into this wall?
So these don't look like boulders. These actually look like large, almost fungal pods.
Oh,
Like
Oh.
little, like little spidey sacks that have been
Yeah, or
fungified,
spider, or spider,
eggs or something.
egg sacs.
Nothing good.
Yeah.
We could use a little. With the heat and the fire, are those things seem to be singeing, or are they some like magically cool or something?
The bats.
No. The fungus and the dead spider
Oh.
and all of that stuff.
Yeah. So I mean, it's warm in here, but yeah, there's not any yeah, the fungus would be singed around the place where there are like cracks and lava,
Got it.
close to the surface. But the fungus still grows plenty well. Yeah. All right, so Bungo, in the room, you got sort of two bats that are flying a little bit around you. Another bat attacking Varanus. But Omarin had called a retreat.
Yes. And running to the north.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to just take the good old-fashioned disengage action. And go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I will bonus action to pop a bardic inspiration on Varanus.
Nice.
Much obliged.
All right, I'll give you a thing there. Cool. All right. And now Bungo. Yeah, you also sort of, you don't see as well into this room. Same thing with Sweetness. It's a lot darker here because there's less of the magma, dim light from the magma trenches and so forth. But yeah. All right, Sweets.
Yeah, I don't want to fight these things. Yeah, I think I'll pop. Yeah, does it? You called retreat, right, Omarin?
Yeah. Well, not retreat. I said we need to get through this. Like, come up north.
Yeah. So, are you thinking, yeah, to basically run away from the bats?
Yeah, don't run away. Run towards the star metal, and then when we get it, we can run away.
Okay. Following the captain's orders, I think I'll sort of position myself here, and yeah, if other people are going to retreat, then I'll set a trigger for if one of the bats comes into range.
Sure.
To attack it and then move away.
All right. Varanus, seeing your crew sort of set up a defensive line ahead, what do you do?
Yes, indeed. I will also take the disengage action and listen to old Cap. And looks like I can get to there. So I will. And that will be my turn.
All right. Unfortunately for Kylum, his armor is still heated. And he's like, guys, I don't know what to do.
Take it off. Take off the armor.
I can't that quick. It's gonna cook me in a matter of seconds. I think I need to kill this bat.
Oh God.
We don't have any cooling valves, do we? Or
Any frost magic or anything?
Well, I mean, you would think that the druid, who is an ocean druid, would have create or destroy water, but the druid said, "We're on a fucking ocean. I won't need to create or destroy it." Here we are
shit.
in a fire volcano.
I do have create or destroy water prepared, but
Oh,
I've already gone and did my turn to disengage. If he can get to me, I'll happily do that for him, though. If it's not solved by then.
yeah, he could tell
Kylum
him
just
to,
takes,
like,
yeah, but also Kylum's one to just sort of take things kind of head on, and he just wants to kill this guy, or you know, at least stop it from dealing damage by disrupting its concentration. All right. So we get 2 hits. Ooh, only 8 damage though. Wow.
Sorry, Kylum.
Yeah.
Bye,
So he decides.
Yeah, sorry, man. Your character died when you weren't here. I hope that's cool.
We're gonna let you play Magnus now.
Yeah, so he's stuck in a hot mess. Meanwhile, Omarin, Fairness, and Sweetness all make me dexterity saving throws as
There's more
the
bats.
place quakes under your feet. Sweetness, oh, a big rock falls on your head. Sweetness for 4 damage. Omarin, you're fine. Oh, Varanus, 2. Oh, also gets a chunk. Yeah, so chunks of the ceiling are, you know, just collapsing here and there as you're entering this chamber. Omarin. No, you don't need to roll. You're good.
so Omarin is gonna say, Bungo, to the front with the compass. Show us where the piece of the star is. I, for one, tired of this volcano madness. And as he's saying this, Omarin is going to take out his piece of sort of whalebone totem, and there's sort of a long leather piece of like leather thong on it. He's going to start to swing it around slowly, and as he speeds up, it sounds like the wind going through the rigging in a heavy storm. He will cast on himself a warding wind.
Very cool.
Cool.
So
Does you?
yeah, so if any more of these fucking jets of flame come out or any more fire bats come near, you're just gonna fucking blow them away.
We just can't communicate with you.
All right.
Yeah, looks like it gets me too. I'm like, no.
Yes, this wind starts to just swirl around Omarin, drowning out sound and you know, ushering the heat, right? The heat of this place, ushering it all around you. All right. Anything else, Omarin?
Yes. Omarin is going to continue to move through here searching for the star.
So as you enter this room, or further in here, you don't. It's hard to tell, but you don't see an immediate exit. Perhaps an exit would be covered by fungus. But now that you're closer right here, you also see almost like the appearance of blinking eyes coming from this batch of fungus here. And then
Blink eyes.
what?
8 blinking eyes, like a spider.
They're certainly no. They're more distributed. They're almost form like
a swarm of baby spiders.
no, more like an eye monster you've heard tell of, or maybe Bungo has heard tell of, in the great tales, with these little stalks coming off and eyes of various colors blinking at you.
Well, I can't even yell to my companions, so I'm just gonna fucking take it like a man.
like a person, like a brave person.
All right. Magma bats. These two swoop in at Kylum. And he hopefully weathers these hits. They'll just assist each other. Advantage.
Is that a fucking crit?
Yeah, that's crit.
That's actually a crit.
Yikes. Alright, so that's 12 damage. Coming in for Kylum.
No shortage of damage.
And he also takes fire damage from his heated armor.
Oh no!
How much?
Too much.
Down he goes?
Man.
He goes
Leave him.
down.
That... This sucks.
The other bat swoops in, and because it's too late, it attacks its friend. But doesn't even hit. The bats are now gleefully, joyfully swooping over, trying to rake this metal corpse with their talons. And you see this all happening, Bungo.
Holy shit.
The star! Find the star!
Kylum's dying!
We can't hear you.
I don't know that!
What does Bungo do?
Oh god, what does Bungo do? Well... I mean, I can't leave Kylum to his fate here.
Yeah, something tells me they're not the type that's like, ooh, I brought you down to 0, I'll leave you alone now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is not good, if true.
Oh, man. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna unleash a little curse on one of these bats. So it calls for a wisdom saving throw. I guess I'll just do it on like. Are these like what's the damage status here?
This one is the only one that looks pretty or reasonably injured. This is the one that's heating Kylum's armor also. So
Okay, well then I'll do it on that one.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So wisdom save for them.
All right. Wisdom save.
They don't strike me as wise.
That's a
Nope.
fail.
Roll your damage.
All right.
It needs to
Curse
be-
of the Bard.
That is
All right.
8 psychic damage.
8 psychic damage.
And they must move as far as speed as possible away from me
Ooh.
using their reaction.
1, 2.
Oh, wasting the reaction's huge too. I love that spell.
Yeah, that's nice. All right, so it flies away, and Kylum tries to get it. Right, it still draws attacks of opportunities.
Sure.
Excellent. He hits.
Nice. Oh, good damage.
All right, and he
Very
takes
good.
care of it. All right. Oh no,
Yeah.
he's down. Wait. So he does this with his dying. You know, his going down breath.
Now it damages him more, and he can't.
Oh, does it explode in
Oh,
his
that's
face
true.
technically if he kills it right next to him?
We'll say
Kylum
it
would
just
want to
explodes in mid-flight as he like catches it. You know.
Very.
He like
very-
hits it like a baseball bat. You
Yeah.
know?
It hits
slapped
the wall
away.
and explodes.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. All right. Anything else, Bungo?
No, I feel pretty satisfied with that.
All right.
That was good.
What about
It's still the
Sweetness?
matter of him dying out right there.
Right,
Yeah.
being unconscious. Yeah. What does the doctor do? Is he gonna...
So let's see. 1, 2. Okay. There are 2 bats.
2 bats.
2 bats. Ugh. You know, I'm now thinking a little too late. The better move might have been to have Bungo try to get them away from him so I could go and revive him.
Mm.
Well, they are off of. Well, I guess. Yeah.
We're right by him.
Yeah.
So I definitely don't want to attack them, but I also don't want to just kneel down next to him and basically eat an attack to revive him from
Yeah.
2 of them, because I might go down.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to maybe do something interesting. Could I like wave them over and be like, you know, come and get me, and then
And do what?
or yeah, I don't know, provoke them somehow.
Sure.
And then take the dodge action as a basically, I'm thinking like when they get close to me, I would just move away from them, but without provoking an attack from both of them. But I won't be able to do anything when I get to him. I'll have to wait another round to try to heal him, but it would be a way to maybe get them
Sure.
away from him.
Can you do
So-
any healing as a bonus action?
No.
I was just gonna say, because remember, if you attack anything, you don't provoke from them anymore.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I don't have any healing as a bonus action.
So what
That'd
I'll
be cool.
say, why don't you make an...
I'd burn a story point too for, you know.
Oh, sure. Okay, if you want to burn a story point, yeah, you can draw them to you and basically ready an action to disengage.
Yeah, that's what I was
if they
thinking.
come
Yeah,
up.
I didn't mean
Yeah.
dodge. That's what I meant. I meant disengage.
Sure, sure.
And then move away from them over to Kylum. And then I'm hoping, I'll be like, Bungo, I'm going to draw them over to us.
Mhm.
Okay, and then what?
And then I'm going to go try to heal Kylum.
Okay.
So I'll do that.
All right. So you definitely, by spending the story point, right, you get their attention. Maybe throw a rock right at them. And,
Yeah.
you know, it splats a little bit of their magma. So they're on to you. Meanwhile, Varanus.
Okay. I better use my bonus action to second wind, which now that we've taken a short rest, I can do again. and hope for another good roll. All right, not great, not terrible. Man, I'm literally in the middle of the captain and whatever's going on with him. It feels like between Bungo and Sweetness, they will be able to get this situation with Kylum under control. The captain is by himself. Do I know? Can you remind me? These look like some kind of, as you just, I think the way you described them earlier, there's like insects or something in here.
No, so you can't see anything actually alive here. So this is basically the curled upside down legs of a giant spider that have been overgrown by fungus, and that there are a couple larger like fungal pods or fungal slash web pods. Yeah.
I think I will move toward the captain, and let's see. Do I have enough movement to move? I think I can actually get into this room and out of the warding wind. Or hold on a second. I'm getting all black again, but I don't know if that's correct.
You might. Could be because of a lack of light source.
Okay. If
yeah,
it is...
because I don't think this room has any...
no, I can...
Oh, okay.
Well, once I refresh the page, I can.
Okay, well, sure.
Okay, so if I move to here, I can see this eye beast.
Yes.
Is that right? It looks like I can see its token.
Mm-hmm. You sure can. So that there's this eye beast looking thing. It's got
What is it doing right now?
It's sort of started to emerge from this fungal pod. Like its eyes sort of, when Amoran first saw it, it looked like these eye stalks were just like different little bits of fungus. Right, but now it's starting to emerge from the fungus. These stalks, blinking in different colors. But now you're coming in, at the beginning of your turn, kind of thing.
Does it look hostile?
Why don't you give me a nature check?
Okay. I am pretty well studied in such things, but
as far as this seems to correspond to those crazy floating eye monsters from the tales.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it would be a good thing. However, I am for now going to think I'll ready an action, which is if it looks like it's hostile and starts to move toward either me or the captain aggressively, I will charge it and I will attack it with my shark tooth longsword.
All right. Kylum makes a death saving throw.
Come on.
That's a success. Ba-bum. However, as you watch Kylum's body cooking, or no longer cooking, but pretty cooked in his armor, this thing starts floating ever so slowly towards the captain.
Does it look aggressive at all?
It strangely doesn't really look aggressive, although it is moving towards you.
Yeah. Well, if it looks like it's not going to attack, I don't know if that would activate my trigger, but if it does, then I'll certainly charge it.
Yeah. No, it doesn't. It doesn't attack. It's just floating closer. Its eyes continuing to blink.
I think I just have my sword held out in front of me and I flick a glance toward. Well, I guess with his warding wind, I don't know if he can even see me. But I just sort of look uneasily toward the captain.
He can see you, right? Your image, or your, particles of dust and fungal spores are whipping around. So he can seize your wary kind of look. Omarin, that's the top of the round. Why don't you give me a nature check?
I will gladly give you a nature check.
What a weird thing.
How are we doing on story points?
You have 2.
I am going to use one of those because this sounds important.
All right.
Set a knowledge nature check.
Mm-hmm. What might have occasioned destiny on this particular instance?
The storms and the wind are howling around Omarin. And, you know, sometimes wizards, when they do this, they're like very in control and like sort of they're pillars of calm in a storm. And that is not what is happening. Like, the winds are whipping around Omarin. If he had a hair and beard, it would be blowing around his face. Everything on him is sort of moving around. And the storm, as it were, this like idea of a storm, gives him power. That power has flooded his brain with knowledge of things he might not normally have.
Cool. All right. And yes, as that knowledge floods you, you blink and look at this thing again that is blinking at you and realize, no, this thing is a piece of fungus. More commonly known as a gas spore.
Aha.
But, yes, although definitely not so dangerous as the fabled eye beasts, they, you know, if infected, these things can be quite difficult to overcome.
Man, if that was a beholder, that would have sucked.
Would have sucked. Do I know anything about its strengths and weaknesses?
It is very fragile. I guess with a 21, you actually think that this is a great spell to have because it spreads through its, you know, poison and its spores, and if your wind is able to disperse it, that will...
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, protect you and anyone else in the radius.
Do I think it's aggressive?
Again, it's hard to say whether a fungus is aggressive.
Okay.
It's driven to consume. If
Yeah.
driven is... Yeah.
I will ready an action if it gets basically within 10 feet of me. I will try to pierce the bubble of gas with my trident.
All right. The bats speed towards Sweetness, diving in, swooping.
We need some misses here.
Well, no. So Sweetness had been prepared, right? He drew the magma bats toward him,
right.
and then rolls out of the way. And the bats, they hit nothing but air, leaving trails of magma behind them. Bungo, and they're right up next to you now.
Oh shit. Well,
Skewer 'em.
yeah, I'm gonna try and attempt to skewer. Ow. Foul.
Both hit.
Nice.
But your little bolts aren't cutting quite through.
Well, I'm just gonna keep trying to draw him off, and as I'm firing, I'm backing off down the hallway. Come on,
right.
you fiery bastards! Get it? Bastard.
That was good. An inspiration for that.
I don't know about that.
And as you back up now, you know, and you turn just to make sure there's nothing behind you. You're gonna fall on. You turn and see that spider's corpse. On the bottom side of it, there's a torso that's sticking out of the spider's corpse. A humanoid torso.
Okay.
And it reminds you of your dream where you were visited by a wizard. Sweetness.
I will use one of my remaining healing kits to stabilize Kylum.
Alright. And roll your
And
healing.
1d6 plus 4 hit points, so I'll roll that.
Plus 3 more for his hit die.
Do that. Oh, so I don't know if so it says for the healer feat, there's 3 different bullets, and one of them says when you use a healer's kit to stabilize a dying creature, that creature also regains 1d6 plus 4 hit points. The next one is as an action, I can spend 1 use and restore plus the hit die.
I see. Oh, so if you're...
I mean, maybe I can do those simultaneously. That seems...
No, you can't do them... Yeah, you can't do them simultaneously, but... I think the second use is a more... The second one's a more limited use, right? It says you can only use it once per...
I can only use it. That creature can't regain hit points from that feat again until it finishes a shorter rest. So actually, I do think that it would still apply.
Yeah.
He just can't. He can't. I can use a healer's kit on him. He just won't get that feature again.
Right, right.
So yeah, we'll give him the +3.
All right.
Nice. He gets 12.
That's good.
Excellent. All right.
He's back, baby.
Yeah, battered, cooked in his armor. He's like, well, I owe you one, Doctor. That was going to be unpleasant. All right.
Hey, on your feet. We gotta move. Yeah, no.
Yeah, you help him up. You could even, if you want to drag him along, sort of with you, you could do that.
I mean, yeah, I'm a little worried. I mean, I think we're gonna get attacked again, but I don't know how far could I drag him.
20 feet.
5, 10, 15, 20. All right, we'll kind of sneak him over. Yeah, you can bring him next to me. There you go.
All right. Veranus, the.
Okay, so the compass was pointing us this direction.
It's now pointing more, almost directly west now. Actually, so Bungo wouldn't. Yeah. Still slightly northwest. West-northwest.
That's like right where I am. Could I look around for any sign of like... I'm just curious, like, is there a way out of here? Is this a dead end? Does it look like the star could be stuck in like one of these things, or...
You definitely don't see an exit. It's possible you could look around for one. Sweetness and Kylum, as you're sort of seeing it, there was a second exit from that first chamber to the south.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem like that's the direction that the compass
True,
was.
it might not be the most direct.
I think I would have dragged him in that direction.
Gone that direction?
Yeah.
All right, well that's fine.
Yeah.
Well, and we know that it fell as like a fallen star, right? Like a comet, from what we heard.
Right,
It fell
likely.
into the volcano.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just like, could I look around for any sign of like, yeah,
if you want to make an investigation check.
Yes, I will.
Ooh, very nice.
20.
Yeah, so you look around and this section this section doesn't seem to have an exit. In fact, this chamber beyond seems to be unworked, right? So that the wall that the lizard folk had made a while ago was broken through, basically.
Yeah, so this seems like a dead end here.
Yeah.
What about this right here? Is that something special into the stone, or is that just normal stone?
No, that's the worked stone with the carved history stuff on it. That's been sort of broken, right? This used to be a wall right here, basically.
Right. Okay. I don't know if the captain can hear me, but I guess he can see me a little bit through the wind. I'm just gonna try to get his attention and wave like this doesn't seem to be the right way.
Come back and help.
Did I notice anything? Yeah. Did I notice anything else that stood out in this room with my check, or was that pretty much it?
Not in. No, I'd say
Okay.
yeah, not. You do look over, towards the corpse of this giant spider, and you do see maybe there's a connection, like that. Whatever broke this wall, this giant spider might have been a part of it.
To break the wall. That's very interesting. If we could only break through walls. All right, so I tell you what. Could I move to it? I don't want to poke or prod or do anything that might, be a combative gesture, but could I, with that idea now supplanted, could I examine this and figure out if there's a way to operate? Is the spider alive?
No. So now that you're looking more closely, it is actually the corpse of a drider.
Oh,
right?
Wow.
That's what Bungo was seeing. Bungo was seeing the humanoid portion of that corpse sticking out. And yeah, you do see it carries from underneath the hilt of a sword is sticking out.
All right.
Along with a satchel over its. Yeah.
I will try to acquire the sword and satchel, but I want to try to do it carefully as not to arouse any creatures that might be in here, lurking in here.
All right. Why don't you make me a sleight of hand check?
Yes, indeed. And I might use my bardic inspiration on this, depending on how it shakes out. I think I will. So what do I roll? A D6?
D6.
Ah, that's too bad.
Boy. So you reach in and you're trying to be so careful, but your scales have been. Oh.
I wonder, could I use? I don't know if I'm allowed to do that in addition to. Could I use my other use of the guiding thing?
I thought that was only one use per.
Oh, it's only one. Okay, I thought for
so.
some reason it was twice. But anyway, go on. Even if it is, I'll.
Fortunately, there's no unintended consequences except you get a little spider ichor slimed over your hand as you pull the sword free. It like slices open the spider's abdomen a little bit, and so it spills onto your hand, and it's a little gross. But yeah, you now hold in your hand a dark elf made longsword.
Oh, great! That's perfect.
And along with it, as you were pulling, came a satchel that clinks full of bronze and lapis lazuli jewelry.
All right, I will sling the satchel crossways over my shoulder, and can I discern if there's anything special about this sword?
It gives you a tingle. It gives you a little tingle in your hands.
little tingle rooski?
Yeah.
All right. Well, once we get this combat settled, I happen to know a very smart bard who can identify such things. But so I don't know. I have moved in here and done all this. Has this this kind of constituted my action for this turn? Or
yeah.
Okay, then
around.
I'll just move up and in my turn over here next to Bungo.
All right, cool.
Kill these fucking bats.
Kyla's like, you think we should just finish him off?
Kylam, I think you should stay right the fuck here.
Oh boy.
I wish I had a crossbow or something. I've got daggers. All right. Kylam's like, I'm gonna throw some daggers.
Throw some daggers at him.
Why
Some
not?
daggers.
I've also got some daggers that I'll probably throw at them because I don't want.
Yeah.
Hey!
Hello.
All right. So.
You missed your calling as a dagger thrower.
Yeah, well, he just throws his last one, and this one explodes
Yeah.
as the dagger goes in. And the other one, sort of seeing its friend explode and being injured itself from several little crossbow quarrels, disappears, dives down back into one of these magma vents.
I throw my dagger. Just kidding. I missed.
The sphere, however, floats gently up to Amar and, oh no, it can't float quite that far. It's fighting the wind. It's moving closer, but Omarin's wind is just keeping it slightly at bay. But we'll see how that resolves next time.
Yeah, I just wanted to see. Cool. What this thing
Cheers,
looks like.
guys.
Right on.
Level 4?
No. You guys got level 3, 2, and 3 early, remember, because of your crab heroics. So,
Yes.
4
Still
a bit away.
4.
Love it.
I'm ready.
Yes. So you found a Drider, found a spore monster.
Yeah, interesting the Drider presence here. I mean,
There
I
are
wonder if they were affiliated at all. Yeah, right. It makes sense.
Can you remind me what a Drider is? Is it a half spider, half drow?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
Person.
made in sort of
They're basically a
vicious rituals.
the Drow are cursed, or Dark Elves are cursed, to become Driders when they've angered the Spider Queen.
Yeah. The matron mothers will use it as a grueling punishment from time to time.
That didn't seem so bad. Seems pretty cool.
And from Bungo's dream, right, the necromancer had come and told him that a raiding party that had been led by a Drider contains the treasure trove of magical items.
Well, I'll be very intrigued.
Venus
to
is
check
increasingly
out.
feeling more partial to magic, what with all fantastical beasts and such that they're running into, and definitely gonna probably try to learn how to use these guns.
Yeah.
Something ranged would be nice. Bye, buddy.
All right, cool. Thanks for
All right,
watching,
see ya,
everybody.
man. Thanks, everybody.
See you in a little bit, a couple weeks.